Idle Hands is a horror comedy starring Devon Sawa, Seth Green, and Eldon Henson. This video will have major spoilers on the entire film, so fair warning. We start the movie off with a great opening kill. This scene scared me as a kid, even the opening credits scared me. Those are Anton's parents. We find out the devil or some type of evil force possessed his hand and is killing people, I guess, when he's asleep because he doesn't remember any of it. Anton is a lazy stoner who just smokes weed and watches TV all day with his two best friends, Mick and P-Nub. He ends up killing them, but they don't want to walk all the way to heaven, so they just come back as zombies. But they're not hungry for brains, they just want to chill and smoke more weed with Anton. The hand isn't all bad though, it helps Anton finally hook up with the girl across the street that he's been crushing on forever. It's Jessica Alba. Lucky son of a bitch. But long story short, Anton cuts off his hand and it goes after Molly so it can take her back to hell. All of this is very conveniently explained by Vivica A. Fox.
I come from a long line of Druidic priestesses sworn to fight a certain evil force that possesses the laziest fuck-up it can find. It will kill as many people as possible, and then drag a free soul to the netherworld.
So the hand goes to the Halloween dance and starts killing everybody, but marijuana saves the day and defeats the evil hand.
That's it? No explosions? No hellfire? No...
If I was trying to nitpick, I could complain about how vague the quote-unquote evil force is, but who really cares? It's just from hell and wants to kill people. Good enough for me. I was also thinking, would Anton go to prison for all the deaths before the school dance? But everyone at the dance saw the hand killing them, so I guess that's just in the police report. Even though this movie starts off with a pretty straightforward, almost standard kill scene, the rest of the movie is much more comedy than it is horror. But that's not a negative at all. I think this movie is hilarious and makes me laugh out loud every time I watch it. But it still has a lot of blood and gore from great kills that horror fans expect. This movie came out in theaters April 30th, 1999. I was in 2nd grade, and it was one of my very first R-rated movies I watched on the big screen, and I loved every second of it. I remember looking around the empty theater and I couldn't understand why it wasn't filled. Well, 10 days before this came out, there was the Columbine High School Massacre. So while America was in disbelief and shock about this, they probably didn't want to see a movie about a teenager possessed by evil who kills his parents, best friends, and ends with a massacre at a high school. This movie was very unlucky with being released at the wrong time in history, and that's nobody's fault, but this is just a teenage horror movie. It's about a stoner whose hands gets possessed by the devil. It's not meant to be taken seriously, it's just trying to give us some great kills and funny jokes, and it succeeds. But this movie tanked at the box office and didn't make its money back, but this is a cult classic and people love this film. About a year ago, I went to a special screening of it at the Rooftop Cinema in Hollywood, and I got to see firsthand all the love this movie gets. So did the director and stars of it because Rodman Flender, Seth Green, Devon Sawa, and Eldon Henson showed up. I got to have long conversations with Seth Green and Eldon Henson about this movie and some of my other favorite movies that they've been in. Every one of them was incredibly nice and they talked to every fan. But back to the movie, I truly love this film. I had it on VHS as a kid, so it really is a part of my childhood. It's very well made and it's filmed in Pasadena, California, where they filmed John Carpenter's Halloween, and I live in Pasadena, so it all feels very much like home to me. This movie's just so nostalgic for me, and so many others. Like I said, it's incredibly funny, every joke works, and I just love the vibe of it. It's the perfect Halloween movie for me, and I like that it's kind of satanic, but also a bloody stoner comedy. Almost every horror movie that was coming out around this time was basically trying to rip off Scream, and I like that this one went in a satanic fantasy stoner direction. Everything about this movie just works for me, but the best thing about it is the chemistry between the three main actors. I think all of these guys are great actors who have been in so many of my favorite movies growing up, and seeing them all together is great. And I was just like these characters in high school, smoking weed and watching Dawn of the Dead and Rob Zombie music videos. This is just a funny, bloody, well-made, nostalgic, and fun movie that I've always loved and I always will love. So that's my review on Idle Hands. I hope you guys watch it this Halloween, and you guys know how YouTube works. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Instagram, cinemajunkies_. Don't forget the underscore.